I'm Robert Parker. Welcome back to the Pig Trader channel, where we cover police misconduct in violation of civil liberties. Continuing our coverage of Travis Heinze, a YouTuber who stands fast on his constitutional rights, we consider why Judge Owsley would sentence Travis, shown here at a city council meeting, to imprisonment of 30 days for failure to identify. But first, going back to the arresting officer Thurman Miller, I did a little research on linguistics, and I found some terms that might explain Miller's communication problem. It might be some non-roticity, or monoptonization, glide weakening, R-lessness. Nah, I decided it was just a plain old regular condition called mouthful of balls. Let's take a look at Travis's alleged crime at 5 times regular speed.
On Monday, I was arrested. On Tuesday, they locked me in jail. On Wednesday, my trial was adjusted. On Thursday, they said guilty and the judge's gavel fell. I got stripes, stripes around my shoulders. I got chains, chains around my feet. I got stripes, stripes around my shoulders. But them chains, they're about to drag me down.
30 days for that. That was it, Travis's alleged crime. Travis was convicted by Owsley for violation of Louisiana Revised Statute 14:108B1C for withholding his name from police officers who got a report of a weird and strange person in the library. A supporter of Travis who has considerable experience in public records requests directed the city court clerk to provide the 10 most recent misdemeanor sentences handed down by Judge Owsley. Let's take a look at those cases. First, the one case that resulted in jail time. Charged with simple assault, disturbing the peace, and remaining on the premises, DMAC was sentenced as guilty of theft and disturbing the peace and served 90 days in jail minus time served, or maybe this means 90 days jail was the time already served before trial. We don't know. Then here's another theft charge, sentenced as guilty of theft, and RJ served 0 jail time. Next, 2 DWIs, one with an open container, the next one with no brake lights, no turn signals, both sentenced as guilty of DWI, 0 jail time. Then a simple assault charge, sentenced as guilty of expired inspection sticker, a fine, and 0 jail time. We're halfway through the 10, and the rest of these are battery cases. And I should also mention that all 10 of these involve the team of Judge Owsley and Assistant DA Cloyd Benjamin. Here's a domestic abuse battery charge, sentenced as guilty of disturbing the peace, 0 jail time. Another one, same thing, 0 jail time. Now this one's a little more serious. Domestic abuse battery by strangulation, sentenced as guilty of disturbing the peace, 0 jail time. Almost done. Battery on a dating partner, sentenced for disturbing the peace, 0 jail time. And finally, the last of the 10, 0 jail time, guilty of 2 offenses, resisting an officer and false imprisonment. That sounds like kidnapping. Jail times are 0 and 0, where the original charges included domestic abuse, battery, child endangerment, and disturbing the peace intoxication. Those words are straight from the report. Clearly less serious to Judge Owsley than refusing to provide ID to a police officer for 1 minute and 55 seconds. So what's really going on here? In the words of the judge, I can draw no other conclusion than this. Judge Owsley hates Travis Heinze because of cameras. Video in a library? Who does that? Nobody films in a library.
Well, all I hear all day long is how great cameras are at this, or how wonderful cameras do that. Cameras, cameras, cameras.
And here's Travis, recently out on bail, last night, 3 days before finishing his sentence. Our next story will show that in fact, Travis was not guilty and should have been acquitted.